Welcome to our practice today. So, International Women's Day, yes. We stand for gender equality and equal rights for everybody. Yes, we do. And we support our ladies. Okay, so if you weren't here at the very beginning, like I said, we're going to do some goddess poses, a lot of work on that. No sun salutations today. It's a basic standing flow. Someone's got their microphone's got them. I got you. I got you. There we go. Okay. Let's do this. So, no sun salutations. Like I said, there will be some lunges. So if you're not comfortable with a kneeling lunge, if that hurts your knee, I would suggest rolling up your mat for your kneeling lunge or having a standing lunge. Make sure you can see me. There we go. I'm wearing some fun leggings again today. All right, we're actually starting seated. So take a seat, come down onto your mat, crisscross, easy pose. Easy pose, easy for some, right? Not so easy for others, that crisscross. So do what feels good for you. This might be a pose that feels good in your hips. It might not. If it doesn't feel good, you'll want to elevate. Elevate your hips so that your knees aren't on that angle of above your hips. They're more on the angle of below. Let's close our eyes and breathe. Relaxing into ourselves, finding that stillness within and finding a few breaths. Breathing freely. Really appreciating how the air enters our body. It fills us up, and then we give it back to the earth on an exhale. So we're inhaling, filling ourselves up. Exhale, giving it back. A few more breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Continuing to breathe, just noticing how you're doing today. And if you'd like to do a Lotus Mudra, it looks like this. Thumbs together, and then we make like a little cup, and we come there for our Lotus Mudra, if you want to do that one. All right, so we find that breath, continue to breathe. And on our next inhale, let's sweep our arms up to the sky and tip over to one side. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, tipping over to the side, making sure to lengthen each time we come up. Let's continue to flow side to side, making sure to lengthen each time and still anchor through our sit bones. A few more. We'll start to add that twist. Our inhale comes up and we twist over to one side. Inhale up. Exhale, twist over to the other side. So be nice. It might not feel good to twist. And if it doesn't, just stay with those leans side to side. Let go of all judgment. Meet your body with compassion today. Give it a little kindness. Last little twist. We'll end with that twist to the left or your right. Inhale, reach up, and we'll have a little dive forward, either with hands to heart, or you can have your hands in front of you. Inhaling up. If you want a chest expansion on that inhale, you can. So you chest expansion. Exhale, come forward. Chest expansion, inhale. And exhale, come forward. Warm up our spine. It's like we're stirring up our spine, letting it know it's almost time to get moving. Couple more. Last one. We'll make our way to child's pose with or without a block underneath our foreheads. That's a nice way to rest your eyes. So we're in our child's pose. And we've got maybe a block under our forehead. And for today, if you want to reach back towards your heels, you can. Now remember, you don't have to have no space between your legs. You can have a lot of space between your legs. You can have a bolster back on your heels to be sitting on. Just breathe into your lower back, find your breath, and feel that expansion. Resting our forehead. Letting go of any expectations today. And we'll bring our hands forward. Inhale, coming into a kneeling plank. Exhale, going down to our belly, and we're going to go into the Sphinx Pose. So slide those elbows forward and inhale into a gentle Sphinx Pose. Our elbows are under our shoulders. Exhale, bring the chest back to the mat. Slide the hands back underneath your armpits. Press up and back to Child's Pose. And we'll do that again. Inhale forward into a kneeling plank. Option to take your toes off the mat. Exhale down to our bellies. Feet will come down. Elbows will slide forward. We'll open up into a gentle Sphinx. Come back to our belly. Press into the mat. Lift up and back to Child's Pose. That's our little flow. Inhaling forward. If you want to lift your toes, you can. Exhale, go down to our belly. Feet go down. Hands go forward. Sphinx instead of cobra. Right, a nice powerful woman flow today. Bring the chest down. Lift it up. Slide it back. And you can rest here, guys, if you feel like taking a rest or flow again. Coming forward, feet up for our kneeling plank. If you want to try that, slide it to the belly. Bring the elbows forward. Open up into our Sphinx. Back to the belly. Nice strong core. So we don't want to peel our chest off because then we're bending our back. We want to keep our core strong and then lift to Child's Pose. Last one. I think I might have said last one about 3 times, but that's okay. Coming down. Yes, my body wants to do lots of these. It wants me to see the dust bunnies underneath my chair, I think. Back to Child's Pose. And we'll actually be meeting now on all fours for our cat and cow pose, and a little variation today. Just our basic cat and cow if you'd like. Find that there now. Option. If you're taking care of your wrists, put your forearms on your block and move through. Oh, Shanti, I think you messed up my flow here. Last one. All right, so now as we move into our cow pose, we're sliding the hips back. So cow pose, slide the hips back. It's like a little spinal floss. Then as you come into cat pose, you slide the shoulders forward into cat. So into cow, hips go back. And then into cat, hips come forward. Inhaling into our cow. Exhaling into our cat. It's like a little wave happening. Take your time. If you're more comfortable with our regular cat and cow, then you can do that. Breathe. There must be a squirrel out there. She's crazy right now. Last one. And our option now is to go into downward facing dog or Child's Pose. So Child's Pose for 5 breaths, or downward dog with a little fun twist, eagle legs. We're squeezing our inner thighs together if we're choosing our downward dog today. Couple breaths on one side, couple breaths on the other. Wonderful, amazing job. We'll meet in forward fold. So if you're in Child's Pose, you'll come up to all fours and then bring one foot and then the other to forward fold. Find your breath, exhale. Great job, everybody. Inhale up into our monkey. Exhale, fold again. A few more flowing through our monkeys, warming up our low back and our hamstring. Exhaling, folding. Really draw those shoulders back and away from the ears. Feel the strength of your core. And then slide it back down. Let's inhale to chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling into chair, choose your arms. Exhaling, forward fold. All on your own, find your breath. So we're bending and straightening our legs. Good job. Last one, we'll bring it up into our monkey pose on an inhale. And then our hands will go back and we'll start to flow our aeroplane. Inhale coming up. Exhaling aeroplane. Great job. Continue to flow with that one. Oh, my head is cut off. That's okay. You don't need to see my head. Couple more. And we'll hold and forward folds. Stepping our, if you want a chair, that's at the top of your mat. Let's step our left foot back and drop that knee down. Here we're going into our lunges. Crescent lunge. Shift the hips forward first. And then reach up into our crescent lunge. So our hips are still forward. Hands at heart or hands at chest, and using our crown to create that little crescent bend here in our back. Breathe. You should feel a nice stretch in this hip flexor. Wonderful. And a little flow. We'll clasp our hands together, place them behind our head. Turn on an angle so you might be able to see a little bit better. And inhale, open up into our crescent lunge, hands support our head. Exhale, push into your front foot to lift up. And then cat back. Stretch our spine. Then we'll shift down again so that knee shifts forward, hips goes down, we open up. And then press into your front foot, lift it up so that you're stacking now your hip and knee and shoulder, and then cat back. We'll just do one more, then we'll switch sides. Slide it into there, open up the chest, support the head, open the heart, in the hip flexor, and then shift up. So we just come up a little bit. We don't have to turn our toe up, and cat back. And release. Let's do the other side. So sweep this foot back. If you need to tuck your mat, you can, or go up into a full lunge. If you're taking care of that knee, slide on up to a full lunge. All right, fingertips clasped. We come to the back of the head and support our head, maybe a little massage for our neck. Shift forward into your hip flexor and open up. So that's that supported crescent lunge. We've got a chest expansion. Feel the heart open, the hips relax. Now press into your front foot to come up so that you stack this back hip on top of your knee. Once the spine is nice and stable, then we cat back or just drop the head. Slide it down, open up, and then up, and give the neck a little stretch. Right on. Take it back to child's pose or downward dog. Give those knees a little bit of a break. Take a little rest, child's pose or down dog, and you can choose to stay resting for the next 5 breaths or flow through a vinyasa. So vinyasa just means to move with your breath. So you're flowing forward, maybe down, stretching. All the hip flexors feeling good. Wonderful. We'll make our way to all fours. Take your time. And our right foot will come up between those hands. A little core work. Let's rise up, right arm up, left arm forward. Wonderful. So Unmute, Denise, unmute. There you go. So sorry, guys. Make your way up to a standing position. I always forget that when it kicks me off, when I come back, it automatically mutes me. So we're coming up to our goddess flow pose now. First, we'll start with hip distance feet. So good. Okay, so we've got our hip distance feet and some hip circles. Hey, get some hip circles going around in one way. Oh, I lost Jane and Debbie. One way. And then the other. Sweep it around. And we'll make our way to half goddess first. So we'll bring that right foot right underneath our knee, our hip, lift our left, and open up. Half goddess. We can bring our hands up here, elbows towards our shoulder height. Wonderful. And then across, grab it with the opposite hand. And if you're feeling steady, looking down that left hand, breathe, 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 breathe. Our chin will come around. We'll bring that leg back out to half goddess. And then place it down on the mat. Other side, so let's lift the opposite foot up, open up our half goddess, flex the foot, nice and strong with our arms. You can use a wall for support or a chair underneath your foot to feel a little more stable. So good. Find that core, feel the length, then draw it across with the opposite hand. Extension, and if it feels okay, we'll look down that extended arm. Wonderful. Right on. Time for goddess. Let's step our feet apart. Our toes are on a little bit of an angle. If you want to have them forward, be nice to your knees. I would recommend just a little bit of an angle. We bend our knees, slide those hips back, keep our chest up. Anytime you need to, slide a chair underneath your backside. All right, goddess ladies. We start by straightening our legs. Inhale, coming into goddess, arms push away. Exhale, eagle arms. Inhale, push away. Exhale, eagle arms, other side. Inhale, push away. Exhale, sweep down towards the mat. So we do that one a lot. Have a breath here, and then exhale, cat back with arms towards the floor. Keep our hands dangling, lift our chest, come up. Our legs are working hard here. Inhale, press away. Exhale, bring our hands back behind our head. Inhale, press away. Oh, I'm all wobbly. Straighten it out. We're going to do that one more time. Good work on your quads. Slide it down, press away. Exhale. Inhale, eagle arms. Exhale, open. Or inhale, your breath doesn't have to be perfect on this one, as long as you're doing one breath for one move. Open, sweep down like we do in our sunflowers, cat back, flatten our back, lift our chest, our hands are still hanging out here. We'll lift them up to heart center, bring them back behind our head. Oh, my quadriceps, push away and straighten. I think we can do this one more time. If it feels like too intense for you and you want to take a little break, please take care of your body. Let's slide it down into our goddess one last time for this flow. Push away. Push away that negativity. Push away any stress. Eagle arms or your hug. Inhale, open, push it away, push it away. Eagle arms or your hug, push it away and dive down. Cat back, flatten our back, keep our hands down towards our belly, lift our chests up, hands to heart, hands behind the head, push away, you're almost there. Straighten out the legs. Woo. Give those quads a break. So the stronger these quads are, that's the more support you have for your knees. Really important. And your glutes, you want those glutes to be strong. Let's move on. That was our warrior flow. Yes. So left foot will be turned towards the long edge of our mat, and so will the right. So we're in a side lunge. So we're going to bend this knee, hips go back. So you want to be able to see that big toe a little bit, and arms out. So we're in a side lunge, pressing into both of our feet. Breathe. Love it. My camera is also mirroring me, so it kind of looks funny. For me, I'm sure it looks great for you. Okay, so here we go. Now it's a fun little warrior flow. We'll turn our front foot towards the back, then put it back because that's the wrong foot, because I'm somehow mirrored. Other foot goes forward. So we're in our warrior two stance, basically. Reaching our fingertips in opposite directions. Now this hand that is closest to the front knee will sweep back and the other arm goes up. We're reaching back for that straight leg. Yeah. Now the opposite of that, this bottom hand is going to reach up. So we're in a bit of a reverse warrior with that reach. And we'll flow. So we flow it down. So our legs are staying the same, but our arms are having this fun little flow. Now you could, that bottom hand, whenever you do it, pushes away. Bottom hand push, other hand reach. If it feels like a brain teaser like it does for me, you can push both. All right, facing our front knee into our warrior one. So you may need to come in a little bit. And let's do a humble warrior. Bending our front leg, hinging down into our humble warrior. Find your breath. Make sure to breathe. We'll frame our front foot, lift our back heel, and step back to either child's pose or downward facing dog, or take a little break on all fours. So you can choose to flow through your downward dog, cobra, or up dog, meeting in down dog or all fours. Take your time so we can do the other side. Wonderful. So let's walk our feet up towards our hands. Inhale into our monkey. Exhale, fold again. We'll inhale into chair, slowly rising up. Exhale into our mountain pose. And let's go the other way. So you'll bring your other foot forward. Toe towards the long edge, other toe towards the long edge. We bend, and we're in our side lunge to start with. Breathe. Our nice, lovely side lunge. Relax those shoulders, feel the core. Awesome. Then we'll turn our front toes, so our bent knee, those toes turn towards the front. Now we end up in our warrior two stance. The hand that is where the bent knee is will now sweep back, maybe push away, and the other hand extends and reaches long. Play around with those, learning them, and then we'll flow. So we'll rise up, strong core. Other hand pushes away. This hand reaches up. Wonderful. You can hold for 3 breaths each, or you can flow breath for breath. Whichever one feels good for you. Sometimes it feels nice to flow. Sometimes it feels better to hold and find stillness. And because this is a new flow, which I'm definitely going to keep in, I really like it. Awesome. Hold it up in your warrior 2. Relax those shoulders. Move into warrior 1 so the hips and chest shift towards that front knee. Now you might need to bring that leg in. I usually do. I like more of a short stance warrior 1 for the knee safety. Hands will come back behind us. We'll open up across our heart and then hinge down into our humble warrior. Make sure to breathe. Wonderful. So awesome, guys. What a beautiful day. I'll be Zooming again tonight. Anybody with unlimited Zoom, if you want to Zoom again tonight at 7:15, I'll be live from the refinery class. Let's rise it up, frame our front foot, and hallelujah, we're done standing. Let's make our way down onto the mat into child's pose. Take your time getting there. I'll just be adjusting the angle of my camera so you can get a little bit of a better view. Awesome. Awesome sauce. That's what my 14-year-old son says. Awesome sauce, Mom. Okay. Revolved, wide-legged child's pose. So you've got lots of space for your child's pose. And we'll be revolving it. So there's a few options for this. Bring it down and just walk your hands over to one side, or stack your elbow and revolve, or keep your hands out long and revolve, palms together. So I'll do those one more time. Now bolster can also be helpful. So wide leg child's pose, either with just a reach to one side to stretch the spine, or a stack of the palms, or extending both arms out. Do what feels good for your spine, for your ribs to rotate. Breathe. A good stretch for our pelvic floor. Excellent. So we need to now press, most likely the top hand into the mat to help you up so that you can do the other side. So make sure to choose what feels right for you. Wide leg child's pose with a reach, a stack of the elbows, or just stretching your shoulder. So you're also stretching that shoulder that's closest to the floor. There's a few other modifications, right? You could have your bolster there. You could have your bolster right between your legs. And so we'll press either our top hand or both of our hands down into the mat to come up, and we'll take a seat. Just bring our knees together, shift down onto one hip, and then sweep our feet around towards the long edge or the short edge of your mat. So caterpillar pose, it's a little variation of forward fold. So it's wet like a forward fold, but our knees are bent. How fun is that? We get to bend our knees. So we shift forward and maybe tuck our chin in towards our legs into our little caterpillar fold. Wonderful. You can play around here if you wanted to continue to hold your feet and try walking one out. Bring it in. Walk the other one out. Bring it in. Walk both out, see how that feels. Come back to our caterpillar. So I don't think we could have caterpillar without doing butterfly, right? So let's lift it up. Soles of the feet will come together and we'll make our way into butterfly. My friends, if this does not feel good, please elevate your hips and find your butterfly. I like to sit like this at night and watch TV. Right, like that. So right from caterpillar to butterfly. On or off our bolster. Just feel the relaxation in your hips. So you don't want to have that tension holding your hips up. Try to relax. And from here, moving into our wide leg forward folds, we'll let one leg go out, turn our toe up, and the other one. With some circles today. Chest coming forward and back with one way, and then the other. Some nice torso circles. Stirring up your lumbar spine. Wonderful. Keep it going. Once we do 5 or 10 on one side, then we'll go to the other side, one way and then the other. I think I might be frozen, but I'll just keep on talking even though I might be frozen. We have to let go of those things we cannot control, like technology. Couple more. Oh, this is really nice. I really like these. Now we'll lift it up in the center and hinge forward. Find your seated forward fold. You could be seated on your bolster, have it in front of you. Another way to use one is to give it a nice big hug and lean forward. Could be supported by a block. Hi, Shanti. Hi. How are you? I don't want to kiss you right now. I don't want to kiss you. I still love you, but I don't want to kiss you. Okay, bring that bolster out. We're rolling right onto our backs. Ladies, keep your bolster handy so you could use it later on for our Shavasana. Hamstring stretch. So we'll roll it back. Make sure you've got space to roll back. And one leg will either be bent, foot on the floor, or straight. And the other leg will be up for a hamstring stretch. So either here or extend that leg long. Do what feels good for you. This is a really good opportunity to give your calf muscle a little massage. Yes. Breathe. If anybody wants to today lift your chin up, you can if you want to. Now you don't have to. Be nice to your neck if it doesn't feel good. One of the options for today's class, if you're feeling nice and loose in your hips, that one leg is extended, the same side hand is reaching for your thigh. You're having a hold of this foot and bringing your nose towards your knee. So you're here or here, hamstring stretch. Please meet your body without judgment. You can notice things, but you don't need to judge them. Let's switch sides. Feel that other foot presses into the mat. And we either extend it fully up or that leg goes out. And we see what feels good for us today. Might feel good just to hold onto the back of your knee. Or hold the calf, and then your option, if you want to extend, rest the same side hand on that thigh. So you're kind of anchoring, pushing down into this thigh, and lifting your nose towards your shin. Feels good. Keep on going. And then our little dead bug pose. So both of our feet, both of our hands are going to go up. We're reaching through the soles of our feet and our hand, but we're still pressing our shoulder blades into the mat. We're still anchored, nice and strong through our core, making sure to breathe. Start to notice that face maybe is relaxing a little bit. And our supine butterfly. So the soles of the feet will come together. You can hold onto your ankles if you want to. And we're in our butterfly on our back today. If this does not feel good for you, bring the knees in a little bit closer. So we're starting with our supine butterfly, and then we'll make our way to half baby, full baby, and a couple other, our cow face pose. Or if I didn't run out of time. Oh, we're good. We still have 5 minutes. Let's turn this into happy baby. Let's just do full happy baby. So now instead of the feet being together, they come apart, but our knees are still out towards our armpits. Nice and strong. You can rock your happy baby, or you can hold your happy baby. Do what feels right for you in this moment. Wherever you are, even though we are apart, you can still feel that energy, that support of our little community that we have, our little yogi community. All right, so from happy baby to cow face. So your right knee or your left, whichever one you want, will go across and wrap. And then we'll pull the legs in towards the body, either like so, maybe just reaching for the back of your leg. You could have a strap wrapped around your leg, shins or calves. Try to feel that nice big stretch. Fantastic. I love cow face pose. This is a really good pose for lower back pain. And we'll switch to the other side. Wrap it around, try to find 5, maybe 10 breaths on this side. Choose what feels good for you. Make sure to facilitate a strap if that's better. I have to go grab you guys. Hold on, I forgot my affirmation card on my dining room table. So we're still in our happy baby or our cow face pose. Oh, sorry, Shanti. And then we'll go into our spinal twist. So we'll unravel, bring our knees to 90 degrees, and then drop our knees over towards one side. And you might notice that we usually end our classes with a twist, if that feels good. And then switch to the other side. Find your breath, settle into that twist. And then I will read to you our affirmations, as well as some of our hashtags that we use for International Women's Day today. All right, my friends, make your way into your Shavasana, however that may look for you, in a position where your muscles can relax, where you can give your body permission to let go. It's okay not to be busy. I know I say that all the time. We need to take our own advice. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so settle in. Start to notice the breath. Start to let go of anything that isn't serving you, any thoughts, any judgments towards yourselves or others. If there's something that was bothering you this weekend, now's the time to let that go. Focus on the good things in your life, in your day, in your moment. The affirmation that I opened today was, my confidence improves with each passing day. Let that sink in. You can repeat it silently in your mind. My confidence improves with each passing day. The question to ask yourself maybe throughout the day today, I am most confident when, and then you fill in that blank. Why is this important? And some of our hashtags today in honor of our International Women's Day. We will help forge a gender equal world. Yes. We will celebrate women's achievements. You could change that to I will celebrate women's achievements. We will forge positive visibility for women. Amazing. I hope that you enjoyed your practice today, March 8th. And with that, I hope you can enjoy a little bit more Shavasana on your own.